Hi everyone, and today I'll be talking about another quick do-it-yourself tip, which is scoring and grading the supplier profile. That's to say the supplier profile questionnaire or SPQ that suppliers respond to when they're creating a cloud account with a relationship with your organization, right? So specific criteria, whether it be criteria that have quantitative or qualitative responses, can actually be graded by someone with a supplier manager permission. And that can be used to create a sort of score that can be used in the supplier profile. Now, as I said, this scoring, which is exactly the same as the scoring available in sourcing or in a survey in performance management, can be configured directly in the supplier profile questionnaire. And users with the supplier customer manager permission can confirm the automatic grades, so if you have any pre-grades for quantitative responses, and also grade qualitative responses. Of course, the utility of this will depend on the type of information that you're collecting from the supplier in the SPQ. You can't grade an address, but for example, if you're collecting certain information from the supplier, let's say about social responsibility or diversity and inclusion initiatives or standards that they might have, and those are qualitative or quantitative, we could set scoring for those individual questions and have them roll up and, for example, have the use case of a score on a variety of social responsibility and diversity dimensions, or really any other type of score you might want to have. Now, this is not meant to replace a qualification or a technical qualification. It's just a way to quantify some of the responses on the profile questionnaire. I'll quickly show you here how we can go ahead and take a look at how this grading is configured in the supplier profile questionnaire. So from your main home screen, click on Manage, Supplier Knowledge, and then click on the supplier profile questionnaire and open. And here we'll see a version of supplier profile questionnaire. You want to make sure you have an editing version. In this case, I already have a draft open, but if not, you make sure you want to click on Actions, Edit. So in that case, since I already have an open draft that has yet to be published, I'll go down here. You can see my content. Now, to be able to actually set the grades, we'll have to change the type of display from content to scoring. You have to set an overall amount of maximum points for content. I actually recommend 100 because it keeps the arithmetic simple. And then just like in an RFP, you can go ahead and assign weight to sections and subsections. You can assign importance to questions in relation to others within a section. And you can also even specify a target grade that you'd like to achieve. And then also if the content itself can be pre-graded. So any quantitative responses that beforehand we can define that a certain answer would mean that they have got 50% of the points for an individual question, or 75 or 100. In this specific supplier profile questionnaire, I have 20 total points, and you can see down here that I'm giving 10, a weight of 10 out of the 20, so that means that this is 50% of the overall grade to the type of corporation that they are, the legal structure. My target is 80%. I'm actually going to pre-grade that. And then down below also, the other half of the total 20 points are some diversity dimensions. We have one that if you're a woman-owned enterprise, the certificate, that's 25% of this 50% of ownership information, and then also if they're minority owned. If you navigate to a supplier workspace and you have the appropriate permission, that's the supplier customer manager, and you scroll down to the SPQ, you can see here once they've responded where you can grade the answers. And of course, you can grade by content, grade by all content. Remember, in our SPQ, we defined three different pieces of information that are gradable. The legal structure, if they're female-owned and minority-owned. So you can see there's three gradable items here. For more information on grading and scoring, how to set up the weights and the importance and the pre-grades and things like that, you can go ahead and click on Help Center, and just search for the keywords grading and scoring. And in search results, you'll see several references to grading and scoring concepts, how to set up weight and importance, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this DIY of how to set up scoring in the Supplier Profile Questionnaire, and I hope to have some more for you soon on SLP and also Supply Information Performance Management.